Warming up. We are live. We are live. Let's see jazz hands. Come on, Babyface P doing jazz hands. Walter K doing jazz hands. There we go. Hope you got your big girl. This looks like a gimp mask.
Panties on.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you got your real tough panties on tonight. This is episode number 280. 280 people.
Oh, shizzles.
280. We are 20 more after this away from 300 episodes. What?
Batting 300.
Absolutely. Of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Tonight we're talking about HR 7115. We should have been talking about this yesterday, but we had a lot. I thought it was a good conversation. Yeah. Yesterday got kind of lost. We got good stuff going on, but of course, our special guest tonight. Boom! There he goes. Get Babyface to the chopper. There he goes. Now he thinks he's all super tactical.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's an operator now.
Yep, I'm
operator face. Yeah. So there he goes. Babyface is going to talk about that whole thing with you guys. We're going to talk about the politics stuff that's going on, a whole bunch of things happening right now. Everything is shaking out. Hope you guys are doing good out there in the chat. Babyface, what's up with you, man?
Not a whole lot. I'm reading this story about how doctors think we shouldn't have our Second Amendment rights.
Oh, well.
It's on the Truth About Guns. We'll get into it.
Yeah, I think we should take all those doctors and burn them at the stake like they did with witches.
Well, while you're taking the doctors, you can take Brett Spiner too.
Yeah, just take Brett Spiner. Data from we're talking about Data, right? Data from Star Trek. Yeah. So we'll get into that and a bunch of other stuff. What's up with you, Walter? What's going on with you? You feeling kinky, huh? You got that mask out?
Well, in conversation this afternoon, it came up. I didn't start it though.
Yeah.
I just have to have a couple of these.
Oh, you got a couple.
Well, they don't. Sportsman's Guide has these for those guys that do mail orders.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Sportsman's Guide.
Like $6.
Yeah. Well, Sportsman's Guide, shout out to those guys.
Even though we are brought to you by Gun Prime right there.
Prime
needs to get their hands on some GIP masks.
Yeah, absolutely. But Sportsman's Guide, cool dudes.
Yep. But anyways, even got a place to insert whatever you like to insert in your mouth.
So this is how you and Peggy get down, huh?
Negative.
Oh, well, let me guess. This can't fit your noggin.
It does not fit. This is like for small people.
Try it on. I want to see.
You think I'm lying, right?
Yes, I do, actually.
If I'm lying, I'm buying. How's that?
Actually, I just want to see you put it on.
That is. There's no way, man. I can't do it.
That was not made for a Keller head.
No. This is made for some small person, yes. But anyways, I got a couple of them, and they're just sitting around the shop, and I'm more than happy to pass them on.
Okay. Yeah. Or you could, that's going to Babyface P?
Oh, yeah.
Could you see riding a motorcycle with this?
Is that what you're planning on doing with that, Patrick?
Oh, that you don't want to know what I'm planning on doing with that.
Oh, well, I don't either, so.
Yeah. Flopping Garbage says, new name for Babyface, Killer Babyface.
That's right.
Yeah.
Babyface Slasher.
Yeah. Super Operator. Okay, Eric Schultz gave us $5. He says they don't recognize our votes. I don't recognize their laws. It's the Bill of Rights, not the Bill of Suggestions. Boom. Sic Semper Tyrannis from Eric Schultz. Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead, Walter. You're going to say something? I was going to run down.
Nope, I'm good.
Let me run down through this really quick and just shout out everyone because I think it's been crazy this week and I've missed people. Well, I don't even think we were here on Monday.
Didn't call anybody out yesterday, so there's some people feeling sad, I guess.
Yeah. Let me make sure I take care of that. Flopping Garbage was number one. Shout out to Flopping Garbage. Respect his authority. So he's out there flopping garbage every day, whatever that means. Let's see what's going on. After Flopping Garbage, we've got Richard Hughes. Richard Hughes is in here. Apparently, Richard Hughes is on some kind of diet.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's on a diet because his toes just don't look skinny, sexy enough when he's on the range.
From Aries Firearms wants Walter to put it on.
Yeah, Trey.
$1.99 to have Walter put it on.
It won't fit, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'd stick it on if it
whenever I get my hands on it, I will wear it
Yeah.
Well,
some point in a podcast.
I would have to cut the straps and put some modified ones on to make it.
Maybe if the people gave some encouragement to Walter, we can convince him to put that on.
How it's gonna fit it. It doesn't fit.
Put some duct tape on the back of it.
And if it don't fit, you know what you got to do. You must have quit.
It must have quit. Yeah, I got it. Let's see. S-Man 7290. Shout out to S-Man 7290. By the way, some of these folks in here were just watching the premiere. YouTube has this premiere thing, and I was doing that for the folding Glock micro Roni stabilizer here, which we're going to talk about that tonight after we hear Babyface's story. If you want to see that video, it's you can always open another window and watch that over there. Make sure you thumbs up and comment on it. But shout out to all the folks who were over there when we did that. I was talking to people live. I was talking to some people on Instagram, and I was like chatting. It was Babyface was like, "Yeah, I'm getting out of here." He was here, and he was like, "No, this is whatever. This could go bad."
Whatever.
Yeah. So let's see. All right, lots of people texting me right now. Okay, let's see who else we've got. We've got SoCal Gunner. We've got Chris Bullis. Shout out to Chris Bullis. I know he's not doing so well. Everyone out there, give Chris Bullis a hug. He's going through some tough times right now, and he's a big supporter of what we do. He's always here. Give him a hug digitally, however that goes down.
Yeah.
So Babyface, do you know the hug code on the keyboard?
Hug code.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Find.
Yeah, so let's see. Key Askies out there, Armament and Axes, Ridge Runner. Shout out to Ridge Runner. Let's see. He says, what's happening, Mr. Strange and Strange Friends? Don't forget to thumbs up and stay warm.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got up in Florida warm. I think it said today it was 84 or 85, felt like 95.
Down there? It was cool up there.
It was cool. It's overcast here.
Yeah, and
it was overcast too, but it's muggy as down here. So
yeah, it's going to be slow mid-70s for the rest of the week for us, and then
it's supposed to cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
This is my favorite time here, man. This is when I love living here.
Yeah. Well, don't get the snow and crap from up north.
The nice like autumn leaves, and you don't get
66 right now.
Yeah, you don't see those brown leaves where you're at, Walter. Right? They're just evergreen.
Not too much.
Not unless you don't get any brown leaves unless you're like wiping stuff off your butt.
You get up with, oh gosh, you get up where you're at or up to where my dad's at, and you start to see there's less. It's less tropical. So
yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Shout out to Armament and Axis, Special K, Jade Grooves also here. The Tyven Show. The Tyven Show was hanging out with us on the premiere of that video, by the way. Lewis 1911. Let's see who else we got. We've got trying to go through Christian Grest as well. The Archangel. Let me see who else is in here. I'm trying to Muba is in the building. Rob Avis also. Shout out to Rob Avis.
All right now it is 82 degrees and it feels like 88.
Feels like 88. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Someone's got to check, see what it is here. I don't know. See what our temperature is here. Okay, Tango Hunter is in. He says, I missed my hanky panky today.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so shout out to Tango Hunter. Boss Hog also here. James Lawson. Jay Brennan as well. Let's see who else we got. Music Lover. Shout out to Music Lover. Brian Quick. Brian Quick was watching that, but Brian Quick, Walter, guess what?
What?
What's the temperature?
66 degrees feels like 66.
Yes.
Same here right now. 66.
Yeah, that's what Walter was looking up. Our time.
Thursday night, low 37 for us.
Oh,
Friday night, low of 38. It's going to be cold.
That's chilly. That's
chilly for us.
Yeah. It is. It is actually a little bit. Brian Quick was watching the premiere. Brian Quick, not a fan of a micro Roni or a folding Glock for that matter.
Hank knows my opinions on it too.
Yeah, Babyface also probably not a fan. Okay. Yeah, registered Babyface, registered. So there he goes. He's just shaking his head.
I'll like him.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
If it were free, I probably still wouldn't use it. I'd probably sell it.
Oh, that is.
Don't give me one because it will never be used.
That's what he says now. Then watch later on. He loves that thing.
Hey, I still don't like the Glock 19X. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
I have not flip-flopped yet.
Don't open that up. Don't open.
Yeah. Shout out to Aries Firearms out there, Rob D. Let's see who else we got. Jafari H also in. Shout out to him. Chris Osborne, Dougie Doug, Ray. Shout out to Ray. What happened to Walter? We lost Walter for some reason there.
He clicked the wrong button, I bet.
Yeah. Joseph Anthony, Rising Tide Outdoors, Jazzy Panties. Long time we haven't seen Rising Tide Outdoors. CB as well. Gregory Bradley. Let's see. Joseph Anthony as well. We've got Imposter. We've got Simpson Road Larry. We got Pixamite up in here. Shout out to Pixamite. Coffee and Guns. There was something about Coffee and Guns, and my whole thing just jumped down to the bottom. So I'm going to go up right now. Let's see. Joe Carpenter also here. Mr. FNH. We lost Walter again. James Lawson says, please send some rain to California. Absolutely. I don't know if we talked about this, but wow. Those fires in California have taken out a serious amount of people and done a lot of damage. So,
oh, he's back again.
Walter, are you okay?
No. What? Okay, on my Mac, if I touch that FN button, if my phone gets near the FN button, it goes whoop. See ya. So,
oh, okay. All right, cool.
Do you know what it is?
What's that?
Well, I figured this out the other day with mine. The magnetic strip somewhere in the body of the case. So when you close the laptop, it knows that it's closed and it turns the screen and everything off. If you get something even semi-magnetic near wherever that strip is located, off it goes.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
Marley did it to me the other day. I was working on something on my computer and she sat my phone down right where that little magnetic spot is, turned my computer off. And I was like, what'd you just do? My computer died.
You ready? Here it goes.
Oh, don't.
He's trying to do it now.
Yeah, now it's not going to work.
I know, you try for it, it's not going to happen.
Still there, Walter.
Yeah, I know. I can see. Yeah, but I think it's the FN button, whatever that does. And
okay.
I think it's the camera where the lens protrudes just enough to touch that FN button. Boom, gone.
Yeah. So, yeah, here's a top tip, Walter. Don't press the FN button.
Okay.
Computer lessons for Walter.
Yeah, so there you go. Let's see.
Disciples sent $5 for computer lessons for Walter.
Yep.
It's going to take a lot more than that.
Oh, fuck you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm running a Mac and a PC at the same time, so I'm literate. Maybe.
Yeah, Joseph Anthony says Alt F4. So Joe Carpenter says, look at Babyface the techie.
That's
so
right.
There you go. So let's see. And then Richard Hughes says it's the Hall effect sensor. Whatever that means.
Yeah,
I have no idea what that means. So shout out to everyone. If I miss someone in the chat, let me know. I will shout you out. Aries Firearm says that the 5-7 button, question mark.
FN, that's the FN button.
Yeah. Mr. FNH says, maybe try not to touch the whole thing, sir.
One time, this is something you learn. I did something and I swiped across the keypad all the way across there, and I must have hit 3/4 of the keys, and the Mac went into frickin'. It went woo 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 woo. It did everything. The screen
nuclear launch codes.
Yeah, and I just had to walk away from it and let it do its thing for about a half an hour, and then it finally.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Got stable again. Yeah. Yeah.
So crazy. I guess that happens. That was a special. You hit a special code that Jobs put in there.
Okay. Yeah.
For the Genius Bar. That's how the Genius Bar makes more money. Did you see that where they're just jacking up people at the Genius Bars?
They don't fix anything. Apple doesn't fix anything. They don't know how to any longer.
Yeah, bastards.
So there's a class action, I believe, on all that.
There should be
where you upgrade your phone. You upgrade your phone, and all of a sudden it dies.
It slows it down on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, that is a real thing. That's been confirmed. Okay, so listen. I don't know where should we start here today. You want to start with Babyface? Let's get Babyface to tell us about his experience. We are going to talk about HB 7115. Let me see if anyone who's watching this doesn't know. Let me see. Let me pull something up here. I want to share a link to this real quick because actually here's a story from The Truth About Guns that you guys could check out. We have some other things you can Google the particular thing, but and then I'll throw this up here so you guys can see this as well here in the chat. Basically, we're gonna get into this, but what it is Truth About Guns says goodbye AR builds. Hello HR 7115 nationwide proposed ban in the works. We are going to talk about that throughout this show, but I just wanted to get to Babyface and get to the chopper. Patrick, tell us what happened, man.
So yeah, for anybody that's out there, this weekend I went on a what would you call it? A tier 1 experience. Let's call it that. So basically, this it was delivered to me as a like fly and shoot experience, and that's really not all that it is. So when you go to this experience, and it's not a course, it's no training, it's just an experience. They give you the feel of what it's like to be kind of a tier 1 guy, except you don't have to go through all the pain to get there. You just get to do the fun stuff. So you get to do all the tier 1 stuff that the guys do, but without all the crap. So first day we get there and we get to do some night shooting with some NVGs. So they had some nods, and a couple PEC 15s. So they had an old Starlight scope, which mediocre, Gen 1. And then they had some Gen 3 stuff plus the PEC 15s. And it was, I mean, and from what I understand, the Gen 3 stuff that they have out now is like totally behind the curve compared to what the actual like tier 1 guys are using. So it really goes to show that our military, our spec ops guys totally own the night 100%. It's unbelievable.
Cool.
As
they should.
Yeah.
And that was night vision. That wasn't thermal.
Yeah, that was night. So the guys now have the mix of night and thermal. You can get those with EOTech, I think makes it where it's a combo of night and thermal. And then they're using like Gen 3 Omni 4s with the white phosphor instead of the green. So everything has a white hue instead of a green hue. So the new tech is really expensive, but it's really cool. Plus the quad nods, you get the quad nods that give you more. So for anybody that's never shot with night vision on, your depth perception is totally whacked, and you can only see about this much. You have no peripheral vision whatsoever. But unfortunately, they didn't have quad nods. Those things are expensive. So anyways, first thing we did was night shooting. And then we came back, had a little bit of a safety brief talked a little bit about the following day. And then we actually stayed. So the range that they take you to is actually like a tier 1 range. I guess you would call it that. The guys that go out, you can't just go there and shoot. You're not able to just like go out.
So just explain to the folks out there, you did this with Shoot and Move LLC.
Yeah, this is the Shoot and Move LLC. They're out of Tallahassee, Florida. And they put on a hell of a show. It was really cool. Yeah. So this range that we went to is a like well-known training ground for like SWAT and special forces and all sorts of guys that you wouldn't think here in this little podunk town in Florida would have something like that. But they did, and it was really cool. We actually, while we were there, we had to clean up. So the first night we were there, we obviously slept in the barracks like normal. But that next morning we had to clean our crap up and get packed up in the cars because a Japanese SF force was coming in to train. So you'll see, actually, if you guys watch the video that I posted up, there's one part where I'm like looking over my shoulder because Ken Hackathorn was there training. And he was actually there training some sort of Japanese special forces team that was there. It was pretty cool. So
let's just stop here for a second and ask some questions. First of all, some people might not know what the heck Ken Hackathorn is.
Who? He's not a what? He's a man.
Yeah.
You ever watch videos of like Larry Vickers? Him and Vickers are friends. He's on there all the time. But I don't know if he was military. I know he's ex-SWAT and like a well-known trainer for like SWAT and special forces. Okay, cool. Also, there's a couple of other questions going on here. From my point of view, I want to know, when the special ops Japanese guys came in, were they robots or cyborgs? A combo of both, I believe. Half and half mixed together. Okay. Were they Honda or Toyota robots? I was, what's funny? I was going to say I believe the Japanese as a whole, they're pretty short. They were pretty short guys. The Americans, all of us Americans were,
Oh, you felt like a giant?
Yeah, they were tiny little guys, but they were intense.
They will kick your ass.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
They were, while we were doing our stuff, they were learning to, so part of the thing that we didn't do, they actually have a full cell block, like with sliding steel doors and locks and everything. So SWAT can train how to clear a cell block, I'm guessing. These guys were actually training how to clear cells while we were just putzing around.
Yeah, that facility is the testing ground for a company that makes less than lethal stuff for prisons. And
they were serious dudes. They were no joke. Like, they were really serious dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool getting to see them train at the same time that we were doing our shit.
Sorry, there's also a bunch of questions here. Kiaski says, Babyface P, I watched the whole thing. I thought it would be more of a heli hog hunt. And then Lewis 1911 says, is that neck bone in the back? Yes. Neck bone has got a nice little blanket.
Yep. He doesn't like the cold.
He put on that freaking blanket himself.
Dude, hey, speaking of that cold, while you guys are doing, I guess, 38 at night down here in the tropical Central Florida, we are only going to get down to. Come on now, come on. Come on. Oh, there we go. Thursday night, 54. Friday night, 52.
Okay, that's nice.
Like we are.
But that's nice to have a fire in the backyard, though.
Oh, yeah.
You can sleep outside in 54.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've done it many a times, but I won't be doing it this time.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, okay. So go on with the story now. We rudely interrupted
So
you.
let's see. What do we got? We got up second day. We made breakfast. Like it felt really cool because it felt like I was back in Boy Scouts when I was a kid.
You made breakfast yourself?
Yeah, made breakfast over a camp stove. Made bacon.
Yeah, weren't you burning something? Didn't you start?
Yeah. The guys that were cooking did all the bacon on tinfoil.
Oh.
And then the grease would drip over. Like one of the guys tried to pick the tinfoil up. And the grease all ran into the fire, and it just. So, but bacon was great. Bacon and eggs. Can't beat that on a cold morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. So once we got done having breakfast, we moved on to. We did shooting from the 7-story Connex tower. And it was cool. I'm not one for heights. I really hate heights.
That's why I was worried about you in the helicopter.
Metal staircase going up?
Yeah, very, very steep metal staircase. It was like this. Cut in. They just cut the ceiling / floor out of the two connecting.
Oh, okay. So you were inside as you went up in the staircase.
Yeah. You went up around the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And by the way, there's a video. I recommend everyone go to Babyface P's YouTube channel and subscribe. He has a video up there. Yeah,
it's up there. It shows everything. One thing I did take away is wind noise sucks. It was super, super windy. And I need to use a windscreen next time to try to alleviate that. But so we shot a 50. They had it was a Barrett. It was one of the bolt action bullpup style Barretts. And for what you spend on those guns, they're not that great. Like, seriously. The price for one of those things is ridiculous for the quality that you get. The trigger was like spongy and terrible, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So we were shooting out to about 600-ish, 550, 600. They had 2 cars set up out there, and we were aiming for cars, which is pretty cool. I mean, 50 at 600 yards is not a problem. That thing can travel forever. So it was pretty fun. Shooting, the only sad thing is shooting 50 isn't too exciting for me any longer. It's kind of just painful. 50, like the first couple times you shoot 50, you're like, oh, this is really cool, and then after that, you're just like, this is a burden. Give me a 6.5 Creed any day. So we did that. We shot. What else did we do? We came down. I think we had lunch after that, and we were forced to eat MREs, which they weren't bad. I was actually surprised. I haven't had an MRE in years and years, and I totally won the MRE
eating contest.
Yeah, no, I won the MRE slots that day because it was like beefaroni, like you would get like Chef Boyardee, which is pretty good. let's see, what else did I get? I have like cocoa powder, some hot cocoa powder.
Oh, okay. Was there dessert?
I got Skittles in mine.
Oh, okay.
Bag of Skittles, and like some of the other guys got
a lot
like
of Skittles, or like
a whole bag, like a whole thing of Skittles.
Oh.
Regular bag of Skittles. Like one of the guys got like Tootsie Rolls. One of the guys got like some other candy. And
wait, are those official MRE?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They put Skittles in them. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, they were good.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, somebody wants a link to the video. I'll grab it real quick.
Yeah.
So we had lunch. What else did we do after lunch? We got a prep on. Well, while we were sitting having lunch, they gave us a safety briefing on everything to do with the helicopter and the shoot house. We split up into 2 groups. Alpha team, which was the first group, the group that I was part of. We got to go on the helicopter first, so we prepped up. We had to empty our pockets so we couldn't, drop anything out of the helicopter. We walked to the helicopter landing spot and we did our helicopter tour first. And then Bravo team went to go do the shoot house. So they got to learn how to clear a shoot house. And then we swapped. We got to do our shoot house course, which was pretty cool. It was kind of neat getting the basic understanding of how a SWAT kind of goes and clears a kill house or just a regular, house clearing. And then after that, we did a whole fundamental at the beginning of the day on how to do like formations, how to walk, how to do hand signals, things like that. And then at the end of the whole 2 days, they basically give you a mission. And I guess somebody just linked it. Oh, there's my channel.
Yeah, that's the one to your channel up there.
I'll link to the whole video.
No, go ahead and talk. I'll find it.
I'm already here.
Oh, okay.
So they give you a mission and they're like, hey, this is what you got to do. Use everything you learned to go complete your mission. It was fun. The whole experience was pretty cool because you feel like an operator without having to go through boot camp, get your ass kicked.
None of the torture.
No, you don't get any torture.
Kickery,
you just get the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And the guys that ran the course were awesome. Chris is ex-Ranger, I believe,
and he does training for the police department. I think he's a police officer as well. He's done law enforcement.
He did, and I don't think he's doing it any longer. I don't remember.
I know he's training. He is training.
Yeah, so he does a lot of training.
Yeah. And then you had someone else that I saw there that's a local, I think he's a SWAT guy in
yes, yeah, he was SWAT in Tallahassee. He's the head of the SWAT team for Tallahassee, and he was an ex-Marine as well. But both the guys were really, really good, really, really knowledgeable. And
yeah, that's who's showing you guys the house clearing techniques and stuff. I'm trying to remember that guy's name because he's a cool dude.
I can't think of it offhand, and I apologize.
Yeah, we are going to have Chris. We're trying to get Chris from Shoot and Move LLC. I think he's coming on tomorrow, possibly. So trying to get him pinned down.
So if anybody's thinking about going on this, don't see it as just a helicopter shooting experience. It is so much more than that. To be honest, the helicopter was probably the least of the cool stuff. To me, learning how to stack up on a door and clear rooms, even if it's just very basic, it's obviously you're not, qualified to be a SWAT team member, but just learning cool stuff like that to me was really interesting.
Hell yeah, you might have to clear your own house, man.
Yeah, learning how to, what was it called? Cut the pie or whatever, split the pie.
Yeah, split the pie.
Yeah, it was really cool. The whole thing was really, really neat.
Yeah, the cone of doom. What is it?
The cone of danger or something? No.
Cone of death or something like that.
Something like that, where it's like in and out both directions of the door.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was really, really fun. I got to yell at people. I got to yell at the instructor, tell him to put his hands up.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a real good time.
I'm glad you had a good time, man. Definitely.
Slice the pie. Thank you.
Slice the pie. Yeah. I want to thank everyone out there, and I'm sure you do, that helped donate to the Get to the Shop-a-thon.
Let me pull up the video. So if you guys go to the video, at the bottom of the description is everybody I need to thank. So let's pull this up.
By the way, I hope you put Walter and Peggy Keller in there because they gave up $100.
All Thumbs, Trey from Aries Firearms, Walter, Armament and Access, The Tyven Show, Chris Osborne, Disciple, Dan Imposter, James Miller, Jafari H, John Gillian, Kiaski, Monday Moobut, Master Sergeant Poppy, Richard Hughes, Screaming Skull Saloon, SoCal Gunner, STL Storm Spotter, and Vlarishard 2.
Okay, and Peggy Keller.
Do you want me to put that next to Walter?
Yeah, they gave $100.
Yeah, there. I already said Walter from Safety Harbor.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, I actually got the cash from Peggy, so we got to
a Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
So, if you guys
already spent it, it's out of here.
If you guys drop down in the description of that video, I actually broke out all the segments by time. So if you want to skip around to the helicopter or the learning to clear rooms or whatever, it's all marked off, and you can skip around through and see what you want to see.
Yeah, very cool experience. We'll have Chris come on. Maybe Patrick and I will go out there and do some more. He honestly can't show you everything.
It's just so much, and the night shooting is really tough because unless I hook a camera up to NVGs, there's nothing to see. There's absolutely nothing to see.
Yeah.
Do they do rappelling down the tower?
So we didn't, but they did have a welded up post where you could do that from the top.
Have you ever done that?
I've done rappelling. See, the funny thing is I hate heights and I hate sitting back in the harness, but once I'm in the harness and going down, it's the most fun thing ever. I love to rappel.
Yeah, it is completely 100% unnatural to lean over the edge of
yes.
That's the hardest part of rappelling is going
the guys are like, just do it. Just sit back. And you're like,
oh, no.
It's like, yeah. Until that harness takes your weight, and then
then after you do it the first time, you do it over and over and
fast as you can, all the way down.
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't done before is head first. I'd like to try that. But no, rappelling is a lot of fun.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on in the chat. I hate to cut you guys off here, but I can see that our friend Special K is in there, and for some reason someone's deleting all his texts. I don't know, or his messages. I don't know what's going on with that. So someone needs to look into that situation.
I'll keep an eye
and see why. I don't know what's going on there.
What was said? Yeah,
I have no idea. But Special K is one of our friends. So I'm not really sure what's up with that, but yeah, someone check up on that for us here. Okay, so while we're trying to figure that out, let's pivot, as they say here in the business.
Just a couple questions. I'm going to answer a couple questions before we pivot away. He was asking if they did tracer rounds. They didn't. They were all personal rifles, and nobody had tracers. So I would have loved to shoot tracers, especially at night, but nobody had tracer rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are more damaging to the barrel?
Well, more damage. Catch the woods on fire.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, I don't think you could do that in Florida anymore without special. You have to have destructive device thing.
No. You can shoot tracers. It's just you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
No good ricochets.
Like it was incredible to see because I have a set of Gen 1 night vision, and you can't see a whole lot unless you have like infrared spotlight or something.
Right.
With those
it is so pitch black out in that place.
Oh my god, that's the other thing
and there's mosquitoes the size of a bus.
Dude, we got eaten up. But I
think I forgot to tell you that. I don't know.
It was bad. The mosquitoes were bad. But with those Gen 3 nods, everything, I wouldn't say it's clear as day, but I could see what I was shooting at, no problem. Like, not a problem whatsoever. And Chris was telling me that, those Gen 3, we were using PVS 7s, which is the single tube for 2 eyes.
Yeah, it's old school.
Yeah, he was telling me that what the guys are using now is 100 times beyond, or I think he said 10 times beyond that.
So, yeah, that's inexpensive stuff now.
Yeah. It looks like, armament and axes, but deleted.
I was going to say, a lot of people...
butt dialing. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So funny. I'm reading it here. He's like, I butt deleted a whole bunch of things. I put the phone in my pocket and sat on it and just delete. I'm like, what the hell? Is there a war going on with these guys?
No, a bunch of people got it,
Yeah. Okay, cool. So sorry to everyone. You just got butt deleted.
You got some butt love.
Yeah, somebody put that shit on a t-shirt, damn it.
Been butt deleted.
Yeah. It was crazy out there with the mosquitoes, man. I don't know. Did you take anything out there?
So they had us line up and kind of gave us just when we first got there and trying to just give us quick orders, go through your crap on a ruck, get ready, and we're gonna go night shoot. None of us had spray. So we were just standing there for 10 minutes getting instructions. I got eaten alive. And then we all went inside and sprayed completely coated ourselves in bug spray, and it was fine after that.
How was it staying in the barracks overnight?
You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'll say that. It's obviously my bed at home is gonna outperform any ruck that you can put at me. But
for sure,
it felt like it reminded me of Boy Scouts back in the day. It was fun to me because I feel like I've gotten so used to my cushy lifestyle that when you step away like that every now and then, it feels good to be kind of. I don't know. It was fun. I liked it.
You don't know what you're missing until it's gone.
Yeah.
When I was there, I actually looked on my phone to see how far away my house was.
Oh yeah.
I was like, shit, I could jump in my car and drive home right now.
Nope. You gotta rough it. It's fun.
I'm not good with roughing it. Ask Walther.
Oh man, I loved it.
What?
I'm not very rough it capable.
Rough it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of roughing it. My idea of roughing it was the time when me and Walter had to eat from one of those food trucks at SEMA show, and I was so mad.
Well, that food sucked, but you know.
I was like, Walter, this is bullshit. We are getting a cab and going to a restaurant.
Well, yeah, you're in Las Vegas. You can eat anything you want. So you're eating you're eating the sloppy seconds out of at the end of the day out of a food truck.
Yeah, that sounds sad.
Let me tell you something right now. If you're in a busy event and there's food trucks and you're like at the end of the line, they're like scraping the thing, just say, you know what? No,
thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, move on from that one. Also, don't have pulled pork.
You know what's funny is I didn't say anything about it in the video. I had pulled pork at the barbecue place. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you were at a restaurant. Okay, but but that's a professional place.
Exactly. It wasn't the greasy drudge like the nasty dregs from the bottom of the pork bin.
Yeah. Special K says that would be cool to do with some of the people from the chat. That actually, you know what? When Chris comes on, we should talk to him about that.
Richard Hughes asked any women in the group. No women this time. They have had it. They have had women before.
Yeah, and they have a women's barracks over there.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Obviously, I was just used to the men, so I had no idea. Mm-hmm. But it was awesome. Everything about it was a ton of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, Flopping Garbage wants to know if there was max pounds for the chopper.
There was. So there was a max weight, and we did it by the pilot. It's crazy. The things you never think about because I'm not a pilot, but the pilot's constantly aware of how much fuel he has and doing the calculation in his head. And we went from the lightest people first to the heaviest people last because you burn through all the fuel, which gives you more lift and the ability to carry heavier people. Because we had one guy that was like 6'5" and probably 280 or something, big guy. And so he went last after most of the fuel was burnt, which gave you more room for a heavier person. But yeah, it's those things that you don't think about because I'm not a pilot. I don't, my car, I don't care how much gas is in my car. It's going to go wherever I go, no matter what's packed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard Hughes wants to know if the Hilo was an R22.
Oh, I have a picture of it.
No.
It was a little rental. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can find a picture.
You can look it up.
R22 is too small.
Yeah. So let's see here. Speaking of being butt deleted, did you guys see here? I'm going to throw this up here while Patrick is pulling that up. This would be some news that Walter, I'm sure, would like to talk about.
Who got butt deleted?
Here, check out what I just threw up there in the chat.
Okay. While
Babyface pulls that up, we're just going to pivot a little bit here. Michael Avenatti arrested for felony domestic violence.
You mean creepy porn lawyer?
Yeah. Now this is not a good thing for whoever he domestically violated, but is anyone out there? Are you surprised, Walter?
Well, I don't know about him, so I can't say yay or nay on that one. I don't know if he's a turd all the time or just part of the time. Yeah. What were you putting up, the Michael Avenatti thing?
Yeah. So let me go over this. So this is from TMZ, the link I shared. It says our law enforcement sources say Avenatti was arrested Wednesday after a woman filed a felony DV report. We're told her face was swollen and bruised with red marks on both cheeks. Our sources say the alleged incident occurred Tuesday night, but there was another confrontation Wednesday between the two at an exclusive apartment building in the Century City area of LA. That's not cool for the fact that he was beating up on a woman. I hope there is a lawyer out there who's going to take this woman's case. A good lawyer this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Not listen,
remember that old comes around goes around thing. All right, remember that.
Yeah. Also, don't put your hands on your woman or any woman for that matter.
It's coming back around.
Unless you got to save your life, don't do it.
Well, unless she's beating you up, and then you become.
Yeah, if you are technically getting your ass kicked,
if you're getting attacked physically, I mean, where you're getting maybe beat up with something, then it's game on. Sorry, I totally agree with you. But yeah. But other than that, it's not Well, you remember the story about this is kind of going on the really the death beating killing, that whole family that was killed in Ohio.
Yeah,
remember how they caught the ones that did it now?
No, how did they catch him?
They were hanging out in Alaska, but I guess they finally tracked them down.
Oh yeah, they went off to Alaska. I guess they thought they were going to avoid. Yeah, so we haven't had a chance to talk about that. That was like a family took out a whole other family 2 years ago.
There's a lot. There's more to that story, I think, than has been.
Yeah,
probably.
I think what happened is they actually just took out this family. They killed everyone in the family. I think they killed 6 people. Yep. They let 2 little kids go. It was either 2 or 3 little kids, or like maybe 3 years old. And then they made it look like it was a drug thing because I guess these guys had a farm where they were growing weed. But the truth of it is, it was over a custody case of a child. So, unfortunate.
Oh well, yeah,
it's terrible. Yeah.
Yep.
So, death penalty.
Oh yeah. Real quick,
Yeah. That's another thing. Don't do. I mean, if you have issues with your baby mama, okay. But what do you think the future is gonna look like when you take out your baby mama and her whole family? Not nice. So that was like a horrible story, man.
Yep. That was one of the things that's going on in the news.
Yeah, I was talking about that today when I was in the barbershop getting the
touch up.
Mohawk. Yeah, got to get the mohawk down a little bit.
Tightened up a little bit.
It's no Shavember, so I don't know. Do you notice my husky manliness?
Yes, I can just sense your husky manliness. Yeah. The force is with you, young strange walker.
Yeah. So let's see. Then the other thing, there's a bunch of other stuff going on. By the way, before we go away from this Michael Avenatti thing, have you noticed, this is a Trump curse on some people?
Well, yep. There's another thing I like to say: you start no shit.
Yeah, there won't be none.
No, you start no shit, there'll be no shit. So
yeah,
they start the cycle, and it's gonna come back right around to get them. Wow.
Yeah. Can you say disbarred? He should be.
Well, when I think disbarred, I think of Obama and his wife. I think his wife gave up her license under threat of a formal
of being disbarred.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She got caught doing some illicit, I guess, legal kind of things. Yes. Yeah. Well, Bill Clinton lost his too when he got impeached. By the way, for those who don't remember that are too young and too stupid. Yeah.
Well, he lost his law license, right? Yeah.
They disbarred him. Yes, correct.
Yeah. So one more thing I think we need to cover, just because I didn't get a chance to cover it yesterday either. Also, not a very pleasant story to talk about. This thing that went down in Chicago with the security guard.
Oh yeah, God.
So it was this guy, from all accounts, was a really good guy. A black security guard stopped the shooting, had the shooter pinned down. He was in a uniform and all that. The police show up and kill this guy.
And so, that's my only concern about being the guy with the gun is when the other guys with the gun show up,
you're the bad guy.
They start shooting at you.
Yep.
Because 9 times out of 10, I hate to say this for anybody that's listening, they're on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
So
they see gun, they
just start open fire, and it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
so what do
I
you
understand. I understand that, and I'll give a certain amount of whatever to that. But this guy was in uniform.
Oh yeah, that's this bad. Yeah,
you know, he clearly had like security written on him.
Yeah,
you know, so I and this is like a sad, horrible thing. I don't think there's like any reason for this to happen, except this one thing that I keep saying: police officers are not properly vetted and not properly trained for the most part in this country. There are people who are trained, who are, you know, who are good guys out there working, but I just don't think there's enough training with people out here. I can't say it enough. We need more training, because for you to show up to a situation and someone's pinned down, you know, and the person pinning him down has a gun, but security guard written all over him, and you take him out, something went seriously, seriously wrong. You know, and I don't think there's a lot of excuses for that. He did what he was supposed to do. You know, so
all right. What happened? I don't mean to interrupt here. Cyrus 308 asked about. He went to order a SHTF upper, and he says, "What happened?" Well, obviously you haven't been around, Cyrus. We're having some little issues with ATF right now, and as soon as we get them squared away, hopefully soon, we'll be back on track. But right now we're not selling or shipping anything 50 cal. So be patient, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get it squared away. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Walter's working on it. He's working on it.
Yep.
You know, hey, it'll be awesome if we can clear that up way before Christmas. We're close. You know, next week is Thanksgiving, right?
Jesus, is it really?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like it should be, but yeah.
Yeah, it's next week is Thanksgiving. I think we're only going to do half a week next week. Okay, so let's jump into this, because I know a lot of people want to talk about this. This kind of like blew up over the last let me see. I think this actually blew up over the last like 24 hours or something. I want to say that that everyone's talking about this new gun control that they're trying to sneak in on us. I'll put something here from Breitbart in the chat.
Yeah.
And I'll put something here for the folks who haven't seen it. I've seen even all of a sudden some gun guys who haven't been talking a lot of politics have woken up to. I've seen people all of a sudden waking up to it, but what it is. So here, I'm going to read the headline here from Breitbart. Democrats introduce bill banning sales and advertising for gun parts kits. Democrats in the House quietly put forward a ban on 80% frames and gun parts kits while Americans were focused on voting and watching the outcome of the midterm elections. What's that, Walter?
But that's not their feel-good point. The feel-good point is the printed guns.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. So the legislation, HR 7115, is sponsored by Rep. Frank Pallone, Democrat, New Jersey.
Of course.
Yeah. It has 16 Democrats as co-sponsors. The state's purpose of the legislation is to prevent the sale, possession, or advertising of 80% receivers, gun parts, kits, etc. So here's some text from it that this article pulls out. To prohibit the sale, acquisition, distribution, and commerce or import into the United States of certain firearm receiver castings or blanks, assault weapon parts kits, and machine gun parts kits, and the marketing or advertising of such castings or blanks and kits on any medium of electronic communications, to require homemade firearms to have serial numbers and for other purposes.
So what happened to the First Amendment?
Gone, because basically they can't even. So that means if that were to go into effect, videos on that cannot even exist.
Let me just ask you something. Where are all? Okay, this affects not just gun people, the people that make aluminum, the people who sell metal. It affects the people who do advertising. It affects. So where are these people at?
I don't know, man. I've been trying.
Where are they? Where? You know, it affects everybody. I mean, it affects Colt, it affects FN, because both those companies now sell parts, and they sell receivers. So where are they? I mean, that's what I always get about. What are these? It's all left to the little guys to do all the stuff, and where are the big ones when all this happens?
I don't know. I've been asking about this for a while. Like, where are the companies?
Yeah,
where's the media on that?
The people that drive the truck to deliver the metal to the place that makes the parts? Where, you know.
Yeah.
People don't realize there's a bad word, trickle down. It trickles down through the economy, and it's a big hit on the economy. People's jobs will get lost. You know, people do from advertising to answering the phone. Hello, yeah, this is so and so. Yeah, gone.
Yeah, Mystery Family says all 16 co-sponsors are shockingly Dems from California, New Jersey, New York, Illinois, and even 2 from Florida.
Most of those places with those bustling economies that are just, overflowing with jobs for people. Yes.
Yeah. Imagine if, someone all of a sudden said, you know what? You can't have books anymore. Can't have books, can't import them. You can't bring in printing presses. You can't even show people how to make a printing press to create a book. This is the kind of thing that these guys are talking about. They're saying that you can't complete where's the part about you being able to complete your own guns?
This doesn't make any sense. This is so, I don't think they understand what they're even getting into, because I'm reading through the actual text itself. A firearm receiver, casting or firearm receiver blank or unfinished handgun frame that at the point of sale does not meet the definition of a firearm in whatever Title 18 after purchase by a consumer can be completed by the consumer to the point at which such casting or blank functions as a firearm frame or receiver. That could be a chunk of aluminum.
Yes.
I could buy a chunk of aluminum and say, look, I have a CNC machine. My intent is to turn it into a firearm lower. What?
Yeah. It could be a piece of tubing.
It could be a 2x4.
The dangerous the thing about this is we cannot even talk about it. That's what this is saying. You can't discuss it. They're putting it onto advertising, so this means that we can't show people our opinions. We can't create one of these things. We can't do anything about it. That's shutting down our right to say to people that this thing exists and you can do it.
Well, I posted it on some place that I usually don't post gun stuff, like on the military vehicle site on Facebook, because these people build dummy guns and they use parts to build dummy guns. And I said, you guys better wake up. All you fuds out there that want to build your dummy gun for your Jeep, you better pay attention, or have your dummy AR-15 or your dummy M1 Garand.
Yep.
You better wake the fuck up.
Why would you live in Florida and build a dummy non-machine gun? I understand why you would build a dummy machine gun, because you don't want to transfer it. But why would you build a dummy AR-15 or a dummy M1 Garand? Just go get a Garand.
Well,
Well, if they want to display it on a vehicle for historical purposes,
can you not have? Would it be a problem to have the real deal?
Under certain circumstances, I think
it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Oh man.
Yeah, but Gunfather wants to know if this includes 80% handguns too, or just rifles. Everything.
Yes.
Don't be a FUD.
A firearm receiver casting or firearm receiver blank or unfinished handgun frame that can be turned into a firearm.
You won't be able to make a 1911. You can't. This is insane. This is total insanity.
Babyface, you're guilty. You have a chunk of aluminum that kind of resembles an AR-15 receiver, and you got a milling machine. You're guilty.
Yep,
that'd be a problem. See ya. You had bad ideas. That's what it is. So
I think, here's the dangerous thing. There's folks out there who are saying, "Hey, this will never happen. They'll never allow this. This can't be a thing." Rewind back to about 7 months ago, here in Florida, when people said, "Oh, they'll never be gun control in Florida." What are you talking about? And we have gun control. No. So you can't just be complacent and think, hey, this will never happen. You can't just believe oh, we got Trump up there, he'll never sign that. Okay.
Well,
I believe it.
Yeah.
They're trying to, the other part, Section 4 requires you to get a unique serial number like they have in California. Every person that wants to make a firearm would have to register it with a serial number. Unique serial number, other identifying mark for the firearm, which request shall be described the firearm, blah, 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 and then they have all the description.
Richard, go ahead.
The thing about all this stuff and making guns, it's not what's committing the crimes. These ghost guns are not the ones that are being used in crimes.
Because they're just going to be stolen. If you want to commit a crime, they're just going to buy a black market and go steal it.
I think if you go out of the country and go to these other countries where they're finding all these guns, South America, stuff like that, they're not ghost guns.
No, they're just stolen and shit.
they're just bought and shipped out of the country, and that's it. So you know, it's a
this
lot
has
of hype.
nothing to do with. This is amazing. The title, the Section 1 short title, can be cited as quote 3D Firearms Prohibition Act. It has nothing to do with 3D printing.
That's why I brought that up right away. That's that feel good.
It literally has nothing to do with 3D printing. It has everything to do with a chunk that you would buy, like a polymer 80 or a 80% blank, which is just a chunk of aluminum. It's not a gun. It has nothing to do with a gun. It's a chunk of metal.
That's like saying saying a piece of tubing that resembles kind of a stem gun tube is a machine gun in itself.
Exactly.
You can't make that thing work as a machine gun.
Well,
let's see what they say in assault, because they say in Section 2, you wouldn't be able to buy a assault weapons part kit. That's subsection 2.
That's their
So let's see what that, because they have a, let's see, where is definitions? Let's see what a definition.
That's how they redefine words.
The term assault weapons part kit means any part or combination of parts designed or intended to enable a consumer who possesses all such necessary parts to assemble a semi-automatic assault weapon. They don't define
what. Yeah, assault weapon is that word. Assault weapon is now turned into anything.
Here we go. The term semi-automatic assault weapon means a semi-automatic rifle or semi-automatic shotgun that has a capacity to accept detachable magazine, ammunition feeding device, or a pistol that has a capacity can accept a magazine and has further features described in subsection B.
So your 1022 now is an assault weapon, by the way.
Special features of semi-automatic pistols. Oh yeah, so any rifle or shotgun that can accept a magazine is an assault weapon.
Right.
Or if for a pistol, ammunition magazine that attaches to the pistol outside the pistol grip, so it's more dangerous if it's outside the pistol grip.
Oh yes,
the mic.
It's scarier. Yes.
Threaded barrel. Accepting barrel extender, flash suppressor, forward hand grip. You can't have a forward hand grip. That's an SBR or a silencer. A shroud that is attached to or partially or completely encircles the barrel.
A shroud?
A shroud, exactly. A second hand grip.
This is 100% bullshit.
Second hand grip. A manufactured weight of 50 ounces or more.
Oh, the 50 ounce thing. Oh,
they just copied and pasted every fucking thing into them.
Or here's the best one: a semi-automatic version of an automatic firearm.
Oh, that's all.
Every Glock.
That's everything.
No, that's the 22s that look like what we just made over the weekend, Hank.
Yeah.
That look like something scary.
Yeah. That's a Glock 17 and a Glock 19. They look like Glock 18.
Right there. That's an assault rifle.
Think about that. Glock 19. Glock 17, those are Glock 23 and 22. Those are now assault rifles or assault pistols because the Glock 18 is a fully automatic weapon.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything.
This is ridiculous.
Jafari H says, this act scares me more than any previous ones, and the fact that they snuck it in while everyone's heads were turned towards voting makes this a malicious act. There's lots of stuff going on like this. I just want to tell everyone, if you think you won't wake up and this somehow passed through, and even though, you know, we've got the Senate or whatever, that this won't pass through and wind up on the president's desk and be signed overnight or some kind of craziness, you're dead wrong. You have to get out there and let people know that this is hell no, a no-go on this one. This will initiate, if this becomes law, from my cold dead hand situation, as far as I'm concerned, because this is bullshit. You know, you have the right to manufacture weapons to protect yourself. You have that right. Okay, you were born with it. It doesn't need to be in the Constitution. You were born with that right to That's like saying, oh, you can't make a knife. You can't make a bow and arrow.
What do you think's next?
Oh, definitely.
Of course.
Definitely.
Of course. That's absolutely what's next.
Yeah. What do you think's next?
But we're not England, and that's bullshit. And even the people in England don't want this shit.
Well, England's going to pay a heavy price when it all comes down over there. So, and it's going to come down. It's got to come down. It's no.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just talking bullshit at the moment. Go out there. This is for everybody. Since we haven't said what to do, call your representatives tomorrow. Tomorrow is a work day. Call them up. Email them. Send them a fax if you got a fax machine, because I bet nobody does that any longer. Do what you can to contact your representatives and tell them This is a no-go and has got to be gone. You've got to get rid of this. Let's see if there's a website. Let me find you guys a website for who is my
so people are asking where the GOA and other organizations are
don't
on
wait.
this.
Don't.
You don't need to wait for them to tell you what to do. Do this on your own.
Do you notice how they're trying to shut down the people like us talking about this? This whole advertising thing, that's an attempt to shut us down. That's why they're putting this in there, because they know every time they try to do this, we get up there and hey, these bastards are trying to do this thing. They're forgetting about a little something, they're forgetting about that stuff. So when we get up there and we talk about this, they go, you know what? We're gonna have to start including shit to stop these guys from talking about this stuff.
So real quick, somebody that knows more about this than I do. Bill Nelson, Marco Rubio, those are our senators. They're in until what, January 1st? Is that how that works?
Until Nelson.
Well, we've got recounts and stuff like that going on.
Well, assuming just forget about that for the moment. But when do the new guys go in for session? January
Beginning
1st?
of the year, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So. I mean, Bill Nelson's a lost cause if you're in Florida. Just forget that guy. But Rubio and Ted Yoho, that's for who we have here in Florida, in Gainesville. You need to call them tomorrow. I just put that link in there, whoismyrepresentative.com. All you got to do is put in your zip code. It'll tell you who they are. And if you click on them, it'll give you their phone number, their website, their address, their everything. Call them tomorrow. Don't do that.
Don't look for the GOA. Don't look for the other one.
Somebody else will call. I don't really need to. You need to do it.
Everybody needs to let them know what they think about it. Yeah.
My soapbox is disintegrated. I'm done.
Okay. Just don't be be
rude.
Yeah. Don't be a turd. Yeah.
No, don't be a turd to them. Just tell them this is unacceptable and it needs to go.
And yes.
Yeah, so someone wants to know what the GOA position is on this. I'm pretty sure they're all over this.
Oh, yeah, they would be,
but if you want to know, let's pull it up. Gun owners.
Richard Hughes texting Brian Mast right now. Is he the guy that was, where is he at? Florida District 18. He hates guns, even though he's ex-military.
Well, that doesn't mean you don't send him you still let him know how you feel.
Yes, no, do it. Let him know.
And you let the current one that might be going out know, too.
Mm-hmm. This is tell Bill Nelson. This is why we got rid of you.
Yeah, this is why you're going out the door, you scumbag fucker.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hate to tell you guys this.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, you're saying that we got rid of Bill Nelson.
I know,
and we put in another gun control dude. But
okay, all right,
fine.
All right.
Because guess what? After all of this, if Scott gets through and he's in the Senate, he's gonna go. You know what? I'm done with gun control. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I only put gun control in the state of Florida, and then became a senator. Maybe he'll definitely bring more gun control.
I can't
just keep an eye on that.
Okay.
I understand you can't deal with it. The thought of thinking about that is a tough thought to deal with.
You got to stay positive.
Hank, I got something for you to get.
Positivity. Let me ask you something. Do you remember 2 years ago when these guys were going to take suppressors off the NFA? They were going to do all this shit. And then they were telling everyone, when people started demanding this from them, they were like, guys, slow down. Hold on. Don't worry. Midterm elections, we got you.
I was the person saying, you ain't going to get no suppressors, son. I was the one, don't count your chicken till it hatched, dude. I'm a realist. That's like reciprocity. I think I'll probably be long gone before there's any reciprocity. So it's not.
I understand that, Walter. I understand that. I was with you when you were saying that. I was with you when I'm telling you that I think that we have to be careful. We have to keep an eye on people like Scott, because he put gun control in effect in Florida because he wanted to become a senator. What will he vote for in the Senate to become president? That's as soon as he gets there, that's the next step that he's making.
He's not going to be the president. He doesn't have the president.
What, the balls? He doesn't have the
let me finish. The presidential game has been changed 100% different now since Trump's got in. No one is going to take the meek-mannered. I'm so scared. I'm sorry. It ain't. The game has changed. The whole thing is different now. You can't be that. Oh well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in him, though. He's not a man. I don't. That's
he's
why
not going to be the president. He's not going to be the president.
But that's why I'm telling you that I don't believe he's going to go there and fight for the Second Amendment. I'm with you. I hope. I don't want Nelson to. I don't want Nelson to be our senator. I hate the fact that there's all this corruption going on here in Florida in terms of the election. It sucks. Someone was asking me today about Matt Caldwell. Did you see that? I mean, pretty much, it looks like they've grabbed this thing from Matt Caldwell.
Well, that's what you wanted, right?
He's the ag guy. That's not what I wanted. But this is what. But all these guys have been in government, including Scott. Scott is right now the governor of the state of Florida, and this corruption was there before the elections. It was there 8 years ago. Wait. Maybe they would have dealt. Maybe they should have dealt with this shit. This same person she's been doing this for like 20 years. Right or wrong?
I'm sorry, I'm reading about Matt.
The corruption that we have in Florida from the Democrats when it comes to elections has been going on for a long time. And instead of cleaning that up, these guys put gun control in effect in Florida and didn't clean up the elections. And now they're like, oh, shit, these people are stealing the elections from us. Well, where the hell were they before this?
That woman that's in charge of counting votes down in Broward should have been gone years ago, years and years ago.
Well, I agree with you, but
we have to stop taking the shit. We have to stop compromising, and we have to tell these guys, look, I'm not going for this shit anymore, because what's going to happen is we are going to compromise our way into no Second Amendment existing in America. Okay, that's what's going to happen. We're going to compromise our way there, and then the only option at that point is going to be, oh well, I guess we just have to go back to war. That's not going to be fun. No, there's not a lot of people alive today that can actually handle the scale of what that would look like.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? There's a guy that has a video on this where it's I can't remember the guy's name, but I remember it was a black guy, and he was talking to like a big church or something, and they were like talking about going to war and fighting. And he was like, "Oh yeah. Who in here knows how to like hunt?"
None of them.
Who knows how to shoot? Who knows how to grow their own food? Who actually know? Do you guys really want to get into this shit? And that's the thing that I'm saying. If we don't get mad now and we keep compromising, we are going to find ourselves with exactly what, like we are. I remember when I started doing this gun stuff maybe 6 years ago, and you would go to a gun store and they were like, everyone's scared they're going to come for your guns. Like, that's bullshit. And then no one's ever going to come for your guns. We are living that reality today. We're living that where they're literally coming for people's guns in America. So it's very easy. Okay. It's very probable that a year or 2 years from now, crap like this all goes into effect, and you turn around and they're like, hey, you can't even have this shit. Everyone has to turn in every freaking thing. So I think that if we don't get mad about it and we don't start telling these guys that we're not going for it, then they're not going to realize what's going on. And that's where, like, if anyone wants to know why I'm not a fan of Scott, that's what it is. I want him to somehow hear that message, and when he gets in there, he's like, I better chill the hell out, okay, and stop talking this gun grabbing shit. And then somehow we got to figure out how to reverse things here in Florida, because basically right now they're dividing up the states. And when you lose a state like Florida, next thing you know, you're going to lose Texas. Like, what is it going to take for people to wake up when Texas is anti-gun? When Texas has gun control, then everyone's going to wake up like, oh shit, this thing might be real.
WALL.
What is that?
WALL. WALL.
Wall. Okay. What does that mean?
That means build the motherfucker. And when they're climbing over, knock them back.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm trying to understand, how does the wall?
Well, the demographics, my friend.
Oh, are we building a wall around DC?
You're losing Texas because of the border.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay.
You're losing to Texas because of. Why do you think they want those people to come in? They don't want them because they want them to live in their neighborhood with them.
Is that why we lost California? Same thing.
Well, that's because you got. Well, it's not helping anything.
Yeah.
Ask those people that got their neighborhoods burned down why they don't spend the money on forest management, and they spend the money on places to shoot up in and illegals.
Yeah.
Ask those people about that.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get bipartisan forest management money, all this bullshit idea. It's like, no, because they spend their money on the shit that don't matter.
I think at some extent it's because people are going for it. Look, in all these election kerfuffles here in Florida, they were actually trying to say that they should count votes from people who are
not legally supposed to vote.
Yeah.
So it takes someone to stand up and say, no, this is fucking right. You gotta, nobody, I won't say nobody, there are some people who do, but then they get automatically accused of this, that, and the other. But someone's got to tell these people that, hey, Lord, look, they're illegal. They're not, just throw the votes out. Why didn't someone at some point here, there has to be like a point where we just get sick and tired of
they
missed the deadline. They missed the deadline. How the fuck did they count the votes to begin with the first time around? They didn't miss that deadline, did they? No. They can't recount and make a deadline? Bullshit.
Someone has to stop it. Someone has to say,
well, that's what I'm saying. But
end right here, this is enough. Bullshit.
Right, done. It's over. Goodbye.
Yeah. But if it's not going to be our elected officials, then who is it going to be? Because this is my thing. Like, I think that even the Republican Party, man, it disgusts me. In the last couple of years, I've come to figure out what the Republican Party is here in Florida. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. The people running the Republican Party and making these decisions, they're no different from Democrats. It's the same thing. Well, it's just some people trying to get money.
Yeah. All right.
You know, they're not doing the right thing. They're not thinking about what the people want. They're not doing that. Those people running the party didn't say to Scott, listen, you can't go put gun control in effect in Florida and then run to become a senator. But that's what they did. They're like, oh, no, this is a good move, man. And then they told all these guys in our state Senate to push this thing on us.
I don't have an answer for you there. I can't tell you what happened. I wasn't there. I don't know. I know you just can't. You just have to remember what happened. And people have a short memory, unfortunately. So even the gun people have a short memory.
Yeah, because when they individually, if they show up, I know you're a badass, Walter. If they show up at your house tomorrow and you're there by yourself, you know, and they come to get I'm not gonna. Anyways, we're not gonna discuss it because I don't like to talk about things like that. Yeah. It's not happening. Okay.
Just stop. Don't tell me you're going to shoot people and you're going to do
right.
this.
That's what.
Next thing you know, you start saying that, and you will get a knock at your door.
That's not what I'm saying. Here's what I'm
not going to say what will happen, what might happen. I can't.
I 100% understand you. What I am saying is this: if they show up at anyone's house, okay, and there's a bunch of police, SWAT, or whatever,
I'm not going to die for
exactly. So if they show up at an individual's house and they're like, "Hey, we're getting your stuff," the best thing for that person to do is give up their stuff.
I'm not going to die for it.
That's just the bottom line. That's the reality because you're standing by yourself.
You're not going to have a chance.
No, you're standing by yourself. You don't have a chance.
It's suicide.
In the end, if we don't all somehow get together and say, hey, you guys are not going to be allowed to do this, what's going to happen? Look, to me, it's the alien scenario. You know what I'm talking about? The alien scenario? Okay. I ask Lola this all the time. I would say to her, what if, think about this. What if tomorrow morning you wake up, President Trump says, I have an announcement. There's such a thing as aliens. They are now our overlords. We will do what they say to do. Are you going to go shower, get your fucking coffee, get in your car and drive your ass to work? Ask yourself that question and answer it honestly for me right now. What kind of person are you out there, man or woman? Are you just going to go to work?
Oh, I'm going to load up.
That's what I'm going to do because fuck that. It's on at that point, right?
Game on, yeah.
But lots of people, Walter, if lots of people really soul search, they're going to go, listen, I'm just going to get up and go to work, man. I just want to be okay. I just, if the aliens, maybe they don't want to eat everyone's children.
maybe they don't want to take all my stuff and rape all the women. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the like what I'm trying to say is this is the unfortunate reality of people out there. Forget it's not the guns. It's not the guns. If you don't have the fighting spirit, it doesn't matter what rights you have. That doesn't mean shit. what rights you have. If you are not a fighter, if you're not a warrior, if you're not willing to die for what you believe in, you will be a slave. Everyone out there is afraid. I remember when Whoopi Goldberg said, "Oh, you know, if McCain becomes elected, we're going back to slavery."
Oh God,
it's this. You're a slave right inside of here. But it's not the weapon that you use.
Yeah, that's for the weak-minded.
Yeah. This is the thing, and this is what I worry about with people. I'm not saying you, Walter. I'm not saying Patrick. I'm not saying the folks out there. There's a lot of other people. The majority are weak. They're sheep. They're willing to do this. They somehow believe that this is going to bring them comfort and safety and security. And someone please tell me where on the face of this planet has this kind of bullshit brought comfort and security?
I saw someplace on the internet that Bloomberg, the Michael Bloomberg dude, was telling that the minorities need to give up their guns and so they can be safe.
That is so fucking insane.
Well, yeah. Well, that's an elitist white guy saying that.
Yeah, well, a guy who has bodyguards, right, Walter?
Right,
Armed bodyguards.
Well, like the Brent Spinner guy, who's got security too, probably. And that's not just let me back that statement up. It's not just white folk that think. There's elitist black folk that think the same thing too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, and they have security guards too. How about what's another subject? We'll save for another time. But
well, do you want to? Okay, let's talk about the Brent Spinner thing. Hold on, because we should probably explain to people because not everyone necessarily knows what the hell is going on with Brent Spinner. We're talking about the guy who played Data.
Yeah, whose house got burned up or something, I think, in the fires out in California.
Yeah. So Brent Spinner, this is the truth about guns. Brent Spinner, and this is by Dan Zimmerman. Brent Spinner, Hollywood hypocrite, is only too glad to have men with guns protecting his property. You remember Brent Spinner, or maybe don't. He was imaginatively named android character Data on Star Trek, The Next Generation. He also played a big part in the Independence Day flicks. Like so many of his Hollywood pals, Spinner's never been much of a fan of owning firearms. The way he sees it, the average tube-watching rube simply can't be trusted with firearms. So they're showing here how he got into something with someone with guns, but there's apparently a caveat to that. If those people with guns in their hands happen to be protecting his Malibu home in the midst of an emergency, then Spinner's just fine with civilian gun ownership. In fact, he's downright grateful for it. Yep. You know, so he made a post here talking about looting and stuff like that that's going on in California. That's what you're referring to, right?
Yeah. The locals have taken up arms just to kind of keep things under control.
How would you be able to take up those arms if you don't have them?
Well, then it's a pitchfork, I guess. But
but you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
What they're trying to do is take this away from everyone.
Right.
And then what do you do when you don't have them? This is the problem with like Michael Bloomberg. And what it reminds me of is like this was in the movie Django that Quentin Tarantino did. And Quentin Tarantino is total fuckwad as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But in that movie, there's a white guy who apparently saves Django from slavery. Right? That's what he thinks. And there's a line in the movie where like he saves him from something else or something, or he's like, "Oh, I feel responsible for you because I saved you." That is such bullshit. No one saves you. This is the thing. No one saves you. People who are worried about slavery, that's a fight that you have to fight every day to not be a slave. The government is trying to enslave us right now. That's what this is all about. Right? The government is supposed to be afraid of us.
Right.
Okay, and they're supposed to have that fear, supposed to keep them honest. But what they want to do is not be afraid of us. So what they're trying to do is declaw us, and people are so happily offering themselves and their children up for slavery or up to the alien overlords. People's asses are just like going to work every day and going about their business and forgetting like, yeah, these dudes are coming. They're coming for your guns. So
Yep.
What is this? You said black powder works.
Yeah, black powder guns work. Everybody should have a couple just in case. I'll leave it at that.
I agree with you. But if they're now coming for our ability to make our own guns, how soon before they come for the black powder guns?
Well, a lot of places it's already banned. You can't have a black powder gun in New York City. Can't have a slingshot. So figure that one out there.
Yeah, you can't have you can't have mace, pepper spray.
Can't have a slingshot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
Hey, you know what? This is probably banned. This is a slingshot marble here. This actually came as a marble. You probably can't even have that in New York City if they get down to it. Probably.
Yeah. I think people should wake up to this. Babyface, do you have anything to say? Lola says that I'm ranting. And
all right, yeah, we are. We got to change subjects because I'm gonna fall asleep in a minute here. One thing.
Boring you? I'm boring you?
No, it's not boring, but it's probably boring. Well, let Babyface posted a thing about Barnauls selling the HK 416 kits.
See the price of those things?
Holy fucking-moly!
Did you see the price of the HK low receivers?
Look-alike low receivers. They're not HK low receivers.
They're made by HK. No. They're made by HK.
Hold on.
No, at least it says in the description. It's like
it has, but there's a limited. HK. Yeah, so it's 3,300 or something.
It's the second run. They've already done one.
Yeah,
and they sold out like crazy.
I you know what? If you're an HK fanboy and you got to have your HK Seal look-alike gun, may the force be with you.
I would love to own one, but I can have like a ton of really good. I'm sorry, no, they're not made by HK.
They're not.
PWS in Boise, Idaho.
They're knockoffs. Okay. They're knockoffs.
It says Brownells instead of PWS.
Knockoff.
So for $400, I can do that crap myself.
Hello. Hello.
That's crazy.
And is this going to be just as valuable as an actual HK?
No, of course not. No.
The parts kit, I think, will maintain value because there's only so many. But I don't know.
Isn't it original parts kit?
It's an HK parts kit.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's not an original gun.
Yeah, for the collectors.
That's like I mean, I hate to say it, I mean, I don't know anybody's feelings, but that's like building a Russian AK with an American receiver. It's not original.
Yeah, look, I don't think
it never will be.
Well, I don't think you have to hurt anyone's feelings. I think
the closest you can get, though.
Yeah, if a grown ass man decides to spend money on this,
let me finish. If you want to spend the money, then may the force be with you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to spend the money. I mean, they're nice guns. I'd love to have some of those parts, but I'm not spending that.
I don't see. So the main thing for me, and not just because it's HK, but I don't think that for your average shooter,
they're going to know any fucking difference.
A piston-driven upper is necessary. Nobody would. What? Very few people will benefit from it.
I like a piston. I like a piston. I'm sorry.
You're not going to benefit from it. You really won't.
Yes, I am.
You shoot full auto.
Yes, I am.
Well, it's a lot cleaner and cooler.
I enjoy a piston. My SIG 516 patrol rifle is a piston.
You shoot full auto. That's pistons. One of your benefits.
Yeah, my Max 2, my Daewoo Max 2 piston.
Consistently suppressed. That's the other benefit. For most people, it's just not. You're not going to see a huge, and you're going to see a massive weight increase as well. Piston guns are heavier than.
Yeah, but if you're a real man, if you're strong like bull, like Walter says,
there's only so much strength you can have when you're on a 30-mile patrol.
I'm used to like lifting something heavy and carrying. Anyway,
the main attraction to those HK guns is the fact that it's the one that SEALs use to shoot Osama bin Laden.
It says HK on it. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
Supposedly, that's the guns that the SEALs use when they offed Osama. I know.
Walked the line.
I almost had a Trump moment there.
Yeah, walked the line.
No ill will toward the former president.
No, absolutely.
I would own one, but yeah, I can't see spending $3,000.
Yeah, but then let me explain something to you.
Oh, wait, hang on. You don't have to buy an HK to spend $3,000, right there, Hank Strange?
No, you don't. What are you trying to say? Well, no, you don't actually. You could spend $3,000 at Daniel the Feds or anywhere.
Any of those I'm thinking not Norwell, but that's the other brand, the high end. Noveski.
Noveski.
Oh, you spend a lot of money at Noveski.
What's the other one?
I mean, there's POF. There's
the guys that make the Reaper.
Nemo's got some expensive shit.
LWRC.
You can drop some monies.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I had a Reaper. Which I actually sold it, but I had a Reaper. Yeah, so that's 3,500 right there. That's piston.
Because once again, remember, you're buying a used parts kit too, if I'm not mistaken. These aren't often.
Yeah, they're used.
So So here's the question: who the hell has the actual gun that took out Osama bin Laden?
It's in a rack somewhere for the military.
In some SEAL Team storage bin.
SEAL
thing.
Team 6, some SEAL Team 6 rack is where it's sitting right now.
Yeah.
I doubt. I mean, most.
Oh, wait a minute. I think that gun actually went. The CIA might have that one or something.
The CIA or the FBI museum?
Maybe
I think the CIA actually has that one. That's what I heard. So
yeah. So and then what does one of those guns cost nowadays? Like not that because the one that would be the badass one or whatever would be that has any
what's
kind of
what's a 416 cost? 2,500 probably for military law enforcement, probably something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not expensive. It's like buying an M16. An M16 is going to cost military law enforcement $800.
Here's what I predict is going to happen. If Barnauls sells, well, you said a Barnauls already sold out the first wave, right?
Yeah, they did. They went through them.
Yeah, so they're probably going to sell out the second wave because I saw this was in Recoil and a bunch of other places.
They probably will. Yeah.
So then, how long is it before HK just goes? You know what? Let's make some more of those.
Well, they make a civilian HK 416. It's the. Let me see if I can pull it up. So there's a civilian version that they made.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then you could just take it to your local SEAL and have him breathe on it.
It's the MR 556A1. That is the civilian version.
Your local SEAL. Yeah.
Everyone should know a SEAL. For real, I mean, those are cool dudes, you know.
So if you buy an MR 556A1, it's $2,800. Okay. But with that, you get a brand new gun, completely built, already built for you by HK.
Right. With a real HK lower receiver.
HK receiver,
not a faux.
A real HK barrel. Everything's HK.
Brick says not expensive at $2,500. Where y'all work at? This dude right here works. He works at Babyface Inc.
When you're talking grand scheme, I mean, for law enforcement, military, when you're talking SEAL Team 6, that's probably nothing for them. Like they get what they want. They don't care about the prices. They get what completes the mission best. Right. I just don't see the appeal. It's not something I can benefit from. I would love to have one, but I don't think I would benefit from it. Like the benefits of a piston over a direct impingement.
Yeah. But at the end, when I was over there at Barnauls, I should have jacked one of those.
No, I don't think you get one of those off.
No, I didn't even see them.
Yeah, they weren't there at the time.
I don't think they're going to let one of those go for just because you're such a nice dude.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But listen, if someone, I think there's obviously a market for it and people are buying it. So there you go.
Oh, yeah, they're selling them, yeah.
There's people buying it.
On that same thing, I'm on the Firearms blog, and U.S. Army orders $180 million worth of M4s from Colt and FN. I thought we were changing guns.
It's never going to happen. Well, nope. It will eventually, but it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
We're going to go to laser guns before we'll ever get rid of our Colts.
Laser guns.
Seriously. The M4 just performs so well, it's hard to replace it.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, what other gun is going to replace it that wouldn't the benefits aren't outweighed by the costs?
I don't know.
Because that's our big problem is we have all the tooling, all the ways to fix it, all of the parts, all of everything for our M4s. It's going to take a hell of a lot to get us to move away from it.
Christian Gress says he won a $3,000 rifle in a raffle.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Noveski.
So, yeah, it's always good to win something.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of winning, Walter, right? We've got a video coming up where you're giving away
we're going to give away something.
Yeah, you're going to give away a rifle. Yeah. Walter, what was the value we put on that rifle?
$7,662.33. That's right.
Walter and I rubbed up all over it.
Oh, okay.
It's got Walter crack. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No.
Let's not start that. Do you have that gun with you?
No, I left it in the shop.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to bring it in. I probably won't be around tomorrow, but maybe Friday I'll bring it in to show it.
Yeah. Walter built and it's on a Safety Harbor lower. Safety Harbor Firearms lower.
Genuine.
Yeah, genuine. Serial number 20. Serial number
There you go. Aries is giving you $1.99 so you can go buy yourself a HK for Hank.
Yeah. Oh, Aries Firearms, $1.99 HK for Hank. Okay.
Oh.
I don't think this is gonna end like what happened with Babyface.
No, I don't think it is either. Actually.
We're not raising
$3,000. We need $3,000.
We're not raising. We are not gonna raise enough money. So let me. Thanks by the way for that, Aries Firearm. So let me show you guys this. So the video with Walter, it's with Safety Harbor Firearms, ATI Outdoors.
Yep.
It's a lightweight. It was 5 pounds.
14.8 ounces.
Yeah. So.
Under 6 pounds.
Under 6 pounds, because yes, you know.
That's what you should put. HK on the side for Hank and Keller.
Oh, hells yeah.
Oh, I don't want to.
Oh, Suki. Yeah, you don't want to get sued.
I don't need no cease and desist. No.
Yeah. Those guys do believe in suing. They don't like civilian market, but they will sue the crap. What's funny is they hate the civilian market. Civilians love them.
It's so funny. Yeah, they don't want to sell to civilians like at all. But that makes everybody want them even more.
Yeah. So here, by the way, here's the gun. So this video went up today. I don't know like how it's doing, but it's not the video on the folding Glock, but here it is. There we go. There goes the folding Glock right there. This has that's a 21 round magazine on it. So that's what you got. So here's what happens. You grab it by this. And the gravity drops it out like that, and then you flip it up. I'll show some stuff on that. I do have snap caps in it here for anyone who's looking at this. So what I wanted, the video that we did today, actually, so you guys have heard of the Micro Roni from CAA.
Yep.
So here it goes. That's the kit for this that you can put that into. That's a Glock 19, so you can put that in here. One of the things that you have to do, I was showing Babyface this, so you see right here, there's this little piece of rubber and metal on there. It's a grip retention device. So what happens is when you fold this, right? So when you fold it like that, when it comes back, it snaps in right there. And that holds it so it doesn't separate. So when it's in your pocket or wherever you have it, it stays together like that. You can have a round in the chamber. It won't fire. It's, it's safe in there. But that holds it together. So you have to remove that in order to put it in the kit. So while we're talking here, I'm going to remove it for anyone who wants to see that. I've got a little Allen key here for that. So I don't know if you guys saw that video, if you folks out there that are looking at this saw the video. Hopefully, go check it out.
Yep. I saw it.
Yeah, Walter was there at the live premiere. What do you think about that live premiere thing, Walter?
Like that? That was okay. Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
I was, I was.
Babyface is laughing. It's one of those things.
Walter sounds so sold on the concept. It's okay. I mean,
what do you expect me to say? It fucking sucks.
It's the best thing ever.
Walter, you know that we're gonna have to do that when the rifle video.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, me and you are gonna have to go. And by the way, there's already, because we're doing a giveaway with that, and the rules are is you got to work for it. Yep. You have to go out there and share something from that video, like a screen capture piece of the video, share the video, the whole video itself. There's already a guy that was doing that, Walter.
Oh wow.
Is the video live?
No, it's up there. It's a Patreon preview. So for the people who support us on Patreon, it's there so they can look at it.
It's a time lapse thing too, which I'm kind of assembling the rifle and stuff. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and the funny part is there, Babyface, I was assembling it and I was going along and it was time to put the gas tube in, and I had a carbine length gas tube. I go to slide it in, it's short. I bought a mid-length gas port barrel. Yeah, I bought it at Knob Creek when I was there, and I didn't even think about it. And it's a lightweight mid-length, and I'm like, oh crap. So luckily I go next door. I had some new gas tubes over in the other area, and I some reason I bought some mid-length gas tube just to have. And
there you go.
Project back on, got her going, and got it done.
I was so proud of Walter.
Well, we had to adapt to another problem too. We're putting the P90 or the 9022 together, and there's one bolt. Hank got all new parts, but there's one bolt that you reuse from the original 1022, and
the
takedown one that holds the stock on, and I'm like, where's this? I don't have one. So then it's like, okay, my mind, that survival thing goes and kicks in, like, where am I going to get a bolt? It's like, and it's 12 it's a 12
1228. 24. Was it 24?
1224, which is like a gun size thing. It's not something because I'm used to 8.6, 10, 1032, 1024. But anyways, I remember, I got a brand new 1022 at home. It's never been out of the box. I can remember a Boy Scout one.
So you stole a part out of it?
Heck yeah.
Hank owes you a part now.
Yeah, I still haven't ordered that, by the way, from Barnauls.
Oh, but so
yeah.
By the way,
hopefully they don't. When they see you guys going, there's no way in hell.
So I pulled out.
This shipment is not gonna arrive.
I pulled out the box for the 1022.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Boy Scout 1022.
Yeah, you need to show that. That's actually a beautiful rifle, Walter.
The stock is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, flip that out of there. By the way, guys, here's the grip retention device I took. You don't want to take it out of there, Walter? Are you serious?
I got it back in this. For those folks who've dealt with the Ruger boxes, they are not designed to be reassembled once you take them apart.
Yep.
It doesn't cooperate well, so I'm not going to do it multiple times.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not going to show the gun guys your scout rifle, other than this. No, that doesn't do it any.
When I get
justice.
the screw, wait a minute. When I get the screw, I will show you the gun.
Okay,
That's
that's like a threat,
and that rhymed too. By the way,
Walter, when I get the screw,
I will show you.
Yeah. So here we go. See, so no retention device anymore. So I just want to show you guys this. Hold on, let me lock it on here for a second. This is pretty easy to put in. So I'll show you guys how this works. So folding stock, there you go. This is a pistol brace. So Walter didn't like this, neither do I. It's kind of flappy right there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's you said you didn't have that off, right? That's always been flapping like that, right?
Yeah. I would not cut this or anything.
Oh no. Do not modify your brace.
Safety pin it.
Yeah. No, that's a modification. Don't do it. So in the bottom of this, you have to push in this button and then open this thing here, which I'm going to do. So there you go. And then you take out this little device, which is like an assistive device for old dudes like Walter.
Oh,
so they can rack the slide.
You mean the slide racker?
Yeah. So you put this on you. Walter likes that.
For old dudes.
When you get that old, Walter, then you're doomed.
When the old dude built the two things, the lickety split and adapted and overcome. Yeah.
Babyface. I was actually when we were making that video, I was like, I wonder if Walter knows how to build an AR. I hope so. No, I'm just kidding. Look at Walter's face. Walter was like, I've been building ARs since your grandpappy.
I came out of the womb building them things.
No, Walter was pretty good. He did it really fast. When you see the time lapse, it's like 30 seconds. No, it's not even 30 seconds.
Well, we ain't got no time to waste, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I should have just like filmed the whole thing.
And I did that after going to eat at Hooters too, by the way.
Yes, we did go to eat at Hooters. That was required.
Of course.
It was Saturday. So
it was Saturday, yeah.
Hooters Day.
Yep.
What can I say? So here we go. So I'm going to show this now. So here we go. Here's the thing. So once you open it up there, then you put this in on an angle like that. And then you push it down, clicks in, and then you close that. There you go. It is good to go now. You can rack it and do all that kind of stuff. And so now this thing here, other than for you to be able to put your hand there and hold on to it, you can fold this magazine right into that. See that? There you go. Now you're probably thinking like, okay, that's a 21 round magazine. Can you do that with a 30 round magazine? So here goes a 33 round. So we're going to put that in there. Boom. Then we're going to fold it. Now the thing that you have to do to get the 33 round is press the magazine release and put it. See, get it up there and then push it in and boom, there you go.
That's the first I've seen that.
Yeah. So this can hold a 33 round magazine like that. It's in the video, Walter, if you looked all the way to the end.
Sorry.
That's okay. And there you go. Then it folds like that. So, I just wanted to like get that out for people. That it's called the Viper. It's from Full Conceal. They made it with CAA Gear Up, and it is $450 for that. And then they have some different combinations. You can buy that, and you can buy the M3D, which is the pistol that goes in there. So I know that we all call it the folding Glock, but they call it the M3D because they do not have the rights to use Glock's name.
No.
Nobody does.
Nope.
Except Glock.
Only Glockster.
Yeah, but so you can get it all as one thing. You can use your own Glock 19. They can convert it. You can use another micro Roni, and they will convert it so that it can take this Glock 19. If you put the beaver tail on your Glock 19, you won't be able to put it on this. So it's not, the folding thing's not going to work, and it won't get into this. So. But they will convert that for you. There's a bunch of different options on their website if you guys check that out. So
cool.
Just wanted to let everyone know. And then we do have a video just on the pistol coming up as well. So let's see. What other cool stuff is going on? Babyface. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Have you guys ever? This is just, it doesn't really apply to us too much, except if you like to see things get blown up. Mm-hmm. You ever seen him fire a javelin missile?
I saw the picture
at a tank. There's some video on the internet where they fire one in the tank and it's fire and forget. Once you fire it, it locks on and it goes and does this thing.
Yep.
Holy guacamole! When that thing hits, it just it's cool.
They're neat.
Yeah. All right, now that I got that,
you saw one of those in real life, or
I saw there's some videos on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. Sorry.
No, it is. It's very cool. I love that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Technology. Yes.
Yeah. Have you guys ever? We're all Floridians here, so have you guys ever seen the space shuttle launch?
I never got over to see it, unfortunately.
Never have.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that. Last time I was at the Cape was with the Boy Scouts, and we did a camp out at the Jetty Park campground, and the day after we left they had one of the last launches. But we saw it on the pad, and most impressive. Now to date myself, I actually saw an Apollo rocket on the pad too when I was a youngling. So me and my dad took me over there.
You're a youngling of 102.
Yes, sir. I got right.
Yeah.
But
Apollo, when was that, man? When was that?
In the 70s.
70s. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Early 70s. Yeah. And I just saw something on the news today, or someplace on the interweb, about the back in '72 there was a big solar flare that caused all kinds of chaos, and it just happened, luckily for the astronauts, that they launched earlier in the year, and the next, I think Apollo 17 was in December of '72, and the solar flare luckily happened in August.
Yeah, but it set off some undersea bombs.
Yes, it set off mines that were in Vietnam.
What?
Yeah.
Look that up. Like solar flare sets off bombs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
See, that was some awesome. And
it made the Navy change the way they do their weapons too, so they wouldn't be so sensitive. Yeah.
That was 1972, huh?
Yep.
Okay, I could tell you what was happening. A little baby Hank Strange was coming into the world in 1972, and that was the universe's way of celebrating the arrival
of the Mohawk.
Yes.
A little baby pops out with a Mohawk.
Their asses got lucky. Those things were underwater. But I think it's the fact that it was underwater that made the solar flare actually set it off, right?
Well, it was the electromagnetic aspect of the mine was triggered by the solar flare. Yeah. But they said if those astronauts had been up in space when that solar flare happened, they would have had to do an emergency comeback. To get treatment because it would have been really bad.
So much, the gamma radiation would have been so high.
Yeah. It's cool stuff. I was looking at that. The sun gives us life, but it would also destroy.
Take it away. Yes.
Yeah. It will destroy us in 5 billion years from now.
Yeah, so I don't think we have to worry too much about it.
Put that on your calendar.
Yeah.
We'll be so highly evolved by then that we would have devolved.
And they'll still be telling us that we're in trouble.
Yeah. We'll just be some cosmic soup. So, by the way, this is, the show's brought to you by Gun Prime. I just wanted to share with you guys. So I put it up there. Here, I'm going to put it up again in the chat, and I put it up in our internal chat so you guys could check this out. There is a Gun Prime deal. Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sport 2, AR-15, 5.56 NATO, 16-inch, 30-round black. It's usually $739, $464.
How much?
Those are really good basic.
How much? 464.
464 Smith and Wesson.
I don't care. $464 for a Smith and Wesson gun.
They're really good. Basic ARs.
Yeah, it's not an HK.
Well, but nevertheless, for $464, you get a gun with the Smith and Wesson logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty amazing if you think about it, because
it is.
That never happened back in the old days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back in the old days of 3 years ago.
Well,
that would have been unheard of, right?
Yeah. Well, Ruger. You can pick up Ruger sometimes for those kind of prices. It's like, whoa. Mm-hmm. So that shows you how, for example, Bear Creek Arsenal. You guys familiar with Bear Creek Arsenal and their parts? They did a Veterans Day special where for veterans, you pay the shipping like $10, you get a free barrel.
I saw that one.
It went fast. They went really quick, but that's unheard of.
Wow, what kind of barrel for?
They had a couple different choices. I think all they had left at the end was like M4 profile 223 barrels.
Oh, okay.
But still, to give away a barrel that they used to sell for close to $100.
Yeah. There's some good prices out there. Gunprime helps us do this show, by the way, but there's good prices out.
Yeah, I mean that's really an excellent deal. That's an excellent deal.
Yeah. On there also, I see a Walther PK 380, which is obviously 380 ACP with laser and holster, $299.
Wow.
Usually 381, 299 on there. That's a good
price. That's a good price.
So check out the deals. People looking for the deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walter. I don't know if you're going to pick up one of those. Well, you got to pay lawyers. You got.
Yeah. Well, we got a thing from lawyer today, by the way.
Oh, you got. Oh boy.
Well, an invoice for what's been spent already. So.
Do I dare? Can we? No, we shouldn't.
No, not that bad.
Really?
No, it's well.
How many hamburgers could you buy?
A couple. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
A couple.
Yeah. I hope that thing doesn't keep going on, man.
Well, I do too. I hopefully smarter mind or whatever. Common sense prevails. I don't think there is common sense.
Yeah. Hopefully. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like there's a lot of common sense floating around out there. Not a lot of common sense. Not a lot of common sense floating around out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So my brother Anonymous, did you guys see this Angstad Arms thing?
Yeah. Oh, I was going to bring that up. Yes. Yeah. That is actually.
Let me see. I got the link here if you want to see it. Hold on. I'll put it in here for you.
Yeah. I was looking at that before the show started.
That is a cool.
Yeah. They did Yeah.
You guys are asking how many Walter bucks?
That what?
So we're talking for the Smith and Wesson, I guess.
Oh no, they were talking about lawyer stuff.
Oh, lawyers.
No. You don't want to know. Walter's bills are ridiculous. You don't want to know.
Yeah.
I hope that once this clears up, you guys go and get a Safety Harbor Firearms.
Something.
SHTF. Hit the fan. Yeah. Even if it doesn't for Christmas, just buy your neighbor a keg, or a keg 12, or the KES stock. You should buy a friggin' T-shirt or something, please.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
This one's got this Angstad here has a happy switch in it.
It's got the third pin.
There's a third pin up there. Yeah.
So this is Angstad Arms introduces SCW 9 subcompact weapon.
That's a 9mm. I like that little stock though. That's a cute little stock.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that doesn't like those little stocks?
Well,
the little tiny ones.
They're so uncomfortable.
It's not. Yeah.
It's meant to be minimalistic, and
this is meant to be a PDW for like
this is
people.
You whip it out and spray the crowd and back out.
That's what I do every night.
There's a crowd. I don't think Marley knows about.
I need that, Walter. What do you think? I need that mask.
This crowd you speak of, is that what the? Holy crap!
I need that GIP mask for a reason, Walter.
That looks pretty good.
No, that's that inspires me to get me thinking about things. Actually, our stock is not very far off from that as far as size wise goes, and I have built a 9 with our stock. I just it makes me think about other ways I can do things. So
and then there's like I know the 308's coming at some point, right?
308 PDW style gun?
No, the stock.
Oh yes. That's okay. Not very far off. They're just some of the other stuff is selling pretty fast now, so we got to make more. So
yeah, Jade Grew says I had an SHF T-shirt come in just yesterday.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
So very cool. KS Harris says RIP Stanley. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Oh,
We
yeah,
had Spencer on.
Yep.
Yeah. Stanley is cool, dude. No longer with us, unfortunately, if you haven't heard about that. So
Yep.
Yeah, so that's getting you thinking about things, huh, Walter?
Yeah. Because, well, like I said, I've done a 9 using my compact infantry stock, but I used just a shortened AR 9mm bolt. But the problem with that is I've got to get more bolts. That's why I haven't done any more of them, because you got to basically, if you buy a brand new bolt and cut it off, I almost have to have bolts made to my own specs. So.
Yeah. So the Archangel is asking SHF AR-15 lower. Would you have those, right, Walter?
I have a few of those. Yep, still left.
Yeah. Are you selling those?
Yes, we will.
How many do you have?
How many do I have? Well, we did a batch of like 100 of them a couple years ago, and I think I have. I'd have to count and see how many I actually have left. It's not a whole lot, but
yeah. And what's the price on those?
For a lower, probably, and it's not probably like $80. So.
Okay, there you go. And then I know people out there are used to getting lowers a little cheaper than that, but this is a very rare Safety Harbor Firearms. So Walter will put there's some kind of crazy commercial that I saw. I was in the barbershop today, right? And because I don't have regular TV, so I don't usually see commercials. But this commercial out there where there's like an oldish lady and she's in a supermarket. And she goes to this younger woman, and she's like creepily smelling behind her, and she goes, "You smell like my Walter." What? You know, yeah, because her husband like wore, I don't know, like Old Spice.
Old Spice.
Yeah, so she's like, "You smell like my Walter," and then the commercial says, "Don't smell like Walter." And I was like, "Oh man, I am gonna use this thing."
Oh, but you know how that commercial could have ended?
Oh.
Oh, ew!
There's the old guy. There's the old guy doing the
gimp mask. He needs a gimp mask.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
did you see what I just linked something in chat? Since we've been talking terrible politics, there's a win from today. Ohio passed a stand your ground bill today.
Awesome.
64 to 26.
Awesome.
Really?
Congratulations,
stand your ground.
Ohio.
House Bill 228. So I guess this now has to go on to the governor, who has to pass it
to sign it.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Bill also would eliminate. I stuck it in chat for everybody. Oh, I didn't stick it in this chat. Hold on. There we go. Bill would also eliminate state requirements that K through 12 schools, airports, and other public locations post signs declaring them gun-free zones.
Oh God, yeah.
So they would no longer post that this is a gun-free zone.
Yeah.
That it's a shooting range. Yeah.
Yeah. John Gillian says, "Did you go to the chopper, babyface?"
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Go back to the beginning.
I have my videos up. If you go do a search for Babyface P on YouTube, it'll come up. You have been appreciated in the description section. Your name should be in there for donating.
And David Cardinal says the smell of Walter was theragesic. We have to do that, Walter. You got to put the smell of Walter on every lower. Well, just make a little sticker that you could like a sniff and scratch.
Well, it's better if you catch me first thing in the morning than in the afternoon. So
yeah, I think we need to put Will Killer Keller on the smell of Walter. We need to do this.
The smell of Walter. God, it was something else I wanted to bring up here, and now you completely threw my train of thought. You know?
Okay, to further throw your train of thought, Lions of Judah says CBS News a handgun for Christmas. Company buys firearms for every employee.
It's a pretty awesome company. I need to go work there.
And in Wisconsin of all places too. Wisconsin. Yeah.
Cool.
No Walter butt smell. Len Holt said.
And then Black Sword Shinobi says, "What is Edom Podcast 280 HR?" So attack the Second Amendment. We were talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't back about an hour ago, I think.
Yeah. We got a little heated here, so
that's all right. No.
We had to step away from it for a minute.
We didn't want to chase everybody off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we did talk about that. A horrible thing. Everyone needs to push back against that and contact your
representatives.
Your representatives and tell them hell no.
And you know what? Tell your local people that you're against all this monkey business too. I mean, the local people. I mean, the local people, like the city council people and the
good luck here in Gainesville. But no, I agree.
Yeah, I mean it might seem like you're stroking it, but at least they know that, you know, and do it politely, please. Politely. Unfortunately, yeah, you don't want to have the popo knocking on your door. Do it politely.
Yeah, Crackbot wants to know if any of us saw the new folding lower AR-15 receiver by Shield Arms.
Folding lower?
Yeah.
This is getting out of hand, guys.
Where the stock folds in the back?
Oh, okay. A folding lower receiver. View now. Yeah, so it's a stock. The stock folds.
Yeah, but once you do that, you can't fire the thing. So
by yourself. You know what the solution for that is?
I'm not arguing that one.
Hold on. You ready?
Yep.
Look at that. Let me drop the mag real quick. Holy shit! It still shoots.
It still works.
Okay, whatever.
I have a solution for that too, but it's
and freaking Neckbone still hasn't moved from this.
When he's comfy and warm, he doesn't get up. That's how this dog is.
Well, that's all right.
He's a big spoiled baby.
He completely is, and I'm all right with it.
Okay,
back there.
Yeah, go ahead, Walter.
On the front of the Firearms blog, new lead singer Thompson case hardened Tommy gun, case hardened metal on it. Got a kind of a case hardened look.
Wrong.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's something I've never owned. I've never owned one of those. I've always been tempted. I still am tempted, actually, but I gotta I gotta get flush again. But yeah, I never owned a Thompson of any sort, whether a full auto or a semi-auto.
I actually shot the actual machine gun when I was at the FBI.
I shot a World War II vintage Thompson. Wasn't too impressed actually, but that's just like
okay.
You know.
By the way, here I'm throwing up this link to this lower receiver that Crackbot was talking about. I'll throw it up here for you guys who want to see it. I don't know. We've only got like a couple of minutes to really go over it. It looks interesting.
I want to see some more info on it.
But that's just basically an AR lower with a joint in the back.
It's right? It's like a LOL tactical. I think they're the ones that made the original. It's pretty much the same thing, probably.
Yeah.
That's
fine if you want it. I'm not going to tell you. You know.
No, I think they serve their purpose
for a compactness if you're carrying or something. Yeah.
The AR was just never intended to be folded, really.
No. I mean, I do know of a stock that works similar to that, just collapses. But
yeah, maybe this is Babyface.
And they still can be fired, collapse.
Yeah,
by the way.
Babyface P. It's so interesting. You were talking about piston driven, and just now you showed an AK.
I like AKs.
Maybe if one has a piston driven AR, you can do whatever the hell you want to with the stock.
I like an AK because it's an AK.
Yeah, mayhaps a piston driven one, you can do all that shit.
Piston driven what? Fold the. If you had to try to make an AK out of an AR, it would be ridiculous because you would need the piston up front. You need
a Daewoo then.
I have an AR that is an AK. I have one.
Oh God,
it's awesome.
What a mess! What a mess!
It's fantastic, Walter.
Just get yourself an AK.
Daewoo.
Walter, how is the Daewoo?
Daewoo's a nice gun.
Hell yeah.
But it's
young whippersnapper, Babyface P. You don't know what he's talking about.
but it was built that way too. So
Daewoo Max 2 is a pretty cool gun.
Yeah,
they were supposed to come out with updated versions of those, which I haven't seen. They have them in Korea, but they don't in South Korea, but they don't have them.
They're on the ban list.
So it's like the Galil, basically. Galil's the same thing. It's piston. It's the mix of a piston with a folding stock.
Right, basically AR style bolt. With an AK style piston.
Yeah,
Walter, do you have that there? Do you have one?
It's in a safe.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, here's the cool one. I'm gonna grab this image for you. I don't know what kind this is. This is the same Daewoo SBR with a collapsing stock. That's cool.
Let's take a look. K1, that's K1. Yeah. Oh yeah. They used to bring those in here.
Carbine
pre-ban. Yep.
That's some cool shit.
Yeah, that's nice about the day where you can do that because there's no recoil spring in the back. It's all up front.
Yeah.
I like that. The K1A 5.56.
No, that's cool too. Yeah. Did you never got one of those, right, Walter?
No. When those were available, I didn't. I probably didn't have enough shekels to buy one. So
I bet they're expensive or were expensive.
Yeah.
At one point, everything was expensive to me. So
yeah. SoCal Gunner says Faxon makes the Arak 21. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Yep.
That's heavy. It's a heavy.
I mean, there's a lot of different uppers that go on an AR lower that have done away or are piston driven. There's quite a few actually.
You need a folding stock now. I'm looking at the A-Rack.
And Jim Way Jam, I know we got to get ready to get out of here. Jim Way Jam says, also don't forget Florida trying to stop gun shows by not renewing licenses to use state buildings.
Oh gosh.
So, well, people got to wake up, Florida.
City of Clearwater did that 20 years ago. So they stopped having gun shows in city buildings a long time ago. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
They'd rather have it sit empty than have it rented out. So
that's a great use of your taxpayer dollars.
Well, hello.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
No, nothing.
There's lots of nonsense. Like, I think everyone needs to wake up, start paying attention to what's going on. Let the politicians know. Don't think that the ones that have an R after their name automatically work for you, because they don't.
Yep.
Yeah,
let them all know how you feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So we should probably wrap this up here. Babyface P, what's going on with you? You got to tell people what social medias and all that you're on.
I don't have my phone on me. Instagram, I think if you do a search for, let me see what it is on Instagram.
Is it baby-face P?
I think something like that, yeah. Baby_face P is my Instagram if you want to go look. If you do a search on YouTube for Babyface P, you'll find me. I am now taking over top spot for that name. So
right.
Must be doing something right.
You need to do your own rap video.
That's right. Yeah. So the video is up from this weekend. So go, if you guys want to go see, in the description for anybody that doesn't want to watch the whole video, you can skip around for all the sections. I marked them all out for you guys. Beyond that, if you live in the U.S., you need to call your representatives tomorrow about this bill that's going through and tell them it is a no-go and they need to dump that crap now.
It is trash.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do not
shred it, burn it.
Do not assume somebody else is going to do it for you. Go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hells yeah.
Who's my representative.com. I think that's the one that I linked earlier. It'll show you where they are and how to contact them with your zip code. So go do it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then share this message and let people know what's going on. Today, actually, my local radio station, 97.3 The Sky, they shared the post that we did. Actually, Lawrence Lerwick, that helps me run the main Facebook fan page. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I post on there. Lawrence posts on there. Lola posts on there. Babyface P posts on there. So Lawrence made a post about that, and they reshared it. So, just get the word out.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because a lot of people are just busy being people and they don't know about what's going on. So, yeah, all they're hearing about in the news is this election garbage going on. So,
yeah. Walter, what's going on with you, man? What trouble are you getting up to?
Well,
other than that, let's see that GIMP mask one more again.
Oh yeah, let's bring.
This is how we all need to go medieval on these politicians' asses.
Before you die, this is the last thing you're gonna see. That GIMP mask staring you back in the face.
I hope not.
Actually, that's pretty attractive, Walter.
Oh no, it isn't. Now, if it was like 20 below outside, you'd be loving this thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, just Instagram, Facebook. Watch that. I'll be posting more stuff. In the shop, we're working on Streebog Picatinny rail adapters, which have been flying off the shelf. Been getting a lot of Chris that works for me was checking out AR15.com, and he was saying it was getting some good people were talking about it over there. So the watch the Streebog. The Streebog is coming up, man. It's
those guys like to shit on everything.
I stopped.
Yeah. Somebody post my video of this thing on there, please.
Oh God.
Someone post it up there. That's awesome. They will love it. They will love it. I promise you.
bless their hearts. I don't go over there very often because I don't.
I hate negativity in my life. That's why.
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to deal with the 50 cal stuff every once in a while, and there's a lot of fanboys out there, and I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, they've been getting a lot of love on those things over there. Nothing negative, which is good because there's nothing negative about it. So, but we've got to make more, man. We're selling them, which is good. I need it right now. So.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So in the works also is the MP5 full size MP5 stock. We're going to be doing those next, and then the Shrebog. We have a Shrebog collapsible stock coming out too. So.
And then what police department was that was?
Zenith is down in Miami way, doing. I guess there's a competition going on or something down there with the police, and they're showing off the using the guns with the stock on it and stuff. So yeah, hopefully.
So it's the KES stock on that, right?
Yeah, compact entry stock on the MP5K or the Z5P, Zenith version. So yeah, they're getting some love down there with that. So that's cool. That's what's going on.
Awesome. Very cool. I want to thank everyone for joining us. As Walter and Babyface said, you guys, I don't know, man. I hope something wakes people up and makes them realize that these guys are coming at us in so many different ways. And we have to be vigilant because that one little thing that sneaks through and we're going to have some serious shit in effect in the whole country here. So
and don't get fooled by the printed gun garbage and all that stuff. Nobody's printing 3D gun, laser, whatever guns. They don't work. They never have worked. So don't worry about that. That's not a problem. Worry about the shit they're going to steal. So when you go to buy a gun and you go, you can't buy that. Why not? Well, I want to build a parts kit. Oh, they're not available anymore. Sorry, you missed out. It's like,
yeah.
Or that kit that used to cost $300 is now $2,000. So
yeah, or whatever you've done, whatever you've built, whatever you own, because this idea that you're going to own something and then you don't care if they make it illegal, there's no grandfathering in anymore. So they will make what you currently have illegal.
Yeah, the leftists have figured out that whole grandfathering thing. And don't be a FUD just because you think you got your hunting shotgun and that's all you need. They want your hunting shotgun too, by the way. Yeah. That's technically an assault weapon in their books. So don't be fooled by that garbage. So
yeah. So just keep all that in mind. Keep all that in mind. I'll be back. We'll see these guys either later on this week or next week. Next week we're gonna go half a week because it's Thanksgiving next week. So thanks to everyone for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. There, Walter's throwing up. Go ahead, throw it up, Walter.
Yeah, 300 blackout, little guy.
Going up to 300 blackout. We're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Good night.
We're out of here.